It's not even that full, man.
Where are you right now? You at home too? How's things at home? Good.
Nairobi, Kenya.
You in Kenya? When?
I've been here since 2016. I've been here
Oh,
for a while.
man,
Yeah.
I need to put that on my checklist to come visit, my guy.
Should. It should. It probably remind you of Haiti.
Yo, that's facts.
Yeah, probably a lot, man. A lot.
That's funny. That's
Yeah. Yeah.
man.
All right, you good to start?
Yeah, I'm good to start. Let's get it.
All right. Welcome everybody. Welcome to Bigger Than Football podcast. We're here with Kenny Doublette. He's a professional footballer. Amongst many things, he's a friend of ours. He's all-around good guy, a guy who has inspired me, myself, with his story and the dedication that he puts into his work. Thank you for being here, Kenny, and thank you for being open to telling your story.
Thank you for having me, man. Anytime, brother. We came a long way. Yeah.
Yeah, no worries, man. I think a good place to start would be just telling us where you are now in terms of your journey, and where you've been playing maybe in the past year and how
Uh,
things have been.
okay, good. So I've been playing in traveling Europe. Went to Estonia for a tryout in Division One. JK Nova, really good team. Um, got I did well for like maybe like a month. They were about to sign me, but when you don't have a European passport, the process it's a lot harder because they already
Mm,
signed two or three American already.
mm,
So I decided to stay contacted with the team, uh, you know, stay respectful, and they send me to Czech Republic because they had contact there for a team that was a second division and went down to the third division. So I went there for like another month, grinding, doing the same thing I was doing before. And after that,
yeah,
they offered me a contract, and I didn't even care about the numbers. I just said, thank you very much, appreciate it. I just signed it and started
yeah, it's a
playing.
place.
Yeah,
Yeah,
playing.
yeah,
After that, after 2 or 3 months, did well. Uh, Things started getting shifty a little bit with the club because of money wise. So I decided to stay my birthday to come back home. And after that, my agent gonna find me something else, which she did for me to get out that contract and go on to Australia. And after that, uh, now I'm in Connecticut, waiting for that process to be done because of the various things, because I can't travel internationally. Uh,
yeah. Sorry,
so
just repeat that. It froze up a second. You said after Czech Republic, you said
after
something
Czech
about your birthday.
Republic, I decided to come home before my birthday because my agent was trying to look for something for me that's better and to earn more, you know, and
Yeah.
put myself out there to different demographic. So
Hmm.
to go to Australia. So I was like, oh, that sounds like a good idea. So I came for my birthday, celebrated my birthday, my family and stuff. Stayed here and doing the process for the visa for Australia. And out of nowhere, I mean, the virus thing kind of spread out, and nobody was allowed to leave the country in the U.S. Because of safety. So I decided to stay here and still grinding and waiting when the things open up to go back, either to Australia or maybe something better.
Yeah.
Mm.
Let me ask you: is the professional game what you expected it to be, or what you thought it was going to be when you were, let's say, when you were playing in college or when you were younger? Is it what you expected it to be?
I not even close, not even close. It's true. Like I said, I guess that's one thing the young players need to put in their head. Whatever you have in your head, you think you're gonna go to practice and play rondo, or just goof around and put your pennies on, and you know, it's not like that.
Yeah.
It's not like that at all. I mean, it's about being smart. It's about actually knowing the game. You know,
Mm.
it's about like how how do I move myself? How do I put myself in a dangerous spot? It's not the way I thought it was. It's not at all like that. Other than the fitness, it's not
Mm.
like that at all. Obviously you have to stay fit. You have to know what you're doing, but being on a professional level. It's about knowing the game. You know,
Yeah.
it's about like if you're right back. Can you play left back? Can you step up and to play winger?
Yeah.
Can you fill in for 2 or 3 minutes to play center back? You know,
Yeah.
can you connect with your attacking mid, defensive mid? Stuff like that. Stuff that's actually like knowledge of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a journey, and you have to be like able to adapt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what you've given us is like the maybe the technical differences or the tactical differences of playing at the professional level. Were there things like, let's say, things that you didn't expect off the field that surprised you about your journey or the way things have gone for you?
The thing that surprised me about the journey is uh, you have to be able to to play more than one position.
Hmm.
That's one thing that actually I was ready for it mentally, but I never actually apply it in the field.
Hmm.
So like I'm a center forward, you know that,
Yeah.
because of my creativity, quickness, able to score goals and out of nowhere dribble people. But I always done that. But
Yeah.
and aside, by watching the game so much and taking so many notes, I was able to play winger, you know,
Hmm.
winger, and also I even play right back now, which is which is crazy. You see, you laugh because it's think
Yeah.
about it, because you see me play. You never picture in a million years me playing right back or winger or center forward.
Yeah.
So that's three positions, you know.
It is. Yeah.
So like you see the competition, I'm ahead of it, because think about it. If there's 4 guys that's playing striker, if I'm not the main guy, I could play winger.
Yeah.
If there's 3 wingers and I'm not the main guy, I could play right back.
Yeah.
I'm a
I get you. Yeah. It's
so
versatility.
like
It's versatility.
activity. Yes, I mean I get it. I get players, they want to be number 10, they want to be Messi, they want to be Ronaldo. I get that. But the competition is so ahead of you. You have to be prepared.
Yeah.
You know? And coach love that. Can move players left and right. That's something coach love doing. The
I get
flexibility.
considering the fact that you've played in so many different countries, um, is there something about that whole experience, or that whole being an international player? You only have a U.S. passport, right?
Yeah, I mean I
Or
didn't
what passport do
I
you?
just had a US passport like maybe like 2 or 3 years ago. I always had a Haitian passport. But wait, are you saying that what's the difference playing in America and like
Like, no, like how hard was it to navigate, playing in Europe, playing in America with the passport that you had or with the nationality that you had?
it's tough. It's tough because I think it's tough because one, people don't want to get out of the comfort zone. Oh my god, I don't speak the language. I'm not gonna go there. You know.
Yeah.
But that's one thing you have to actually, uh, if you have that fear, you have to tell yourself, you know what, I'm gonna do it. You know,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
soccer, it's universal. You don't have to speak the language to actually play. When you start touching the ball, you moving. It's body language. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, thank you.
So,
Okay. Go ahead.
yeah. So, man, this third world internet, man, you're Haitian. You should understand.
Yeah, no.
When you really started to develop a passion for the game, where did that all start? Where were you at the time?
I mean, I was. Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear
Yeah,
you.
I was in Haiti. I was like, I was in Haiti. I was like, man, I have 2 options. Either I follow the violence or the bad stuff, get tattooed
Mm-hmm.
on my face, join a gang or whatever, or play soccer, play
Mm-hmm.
soccer, pick up the ball, never left it since then. Just train, keep training, and go to school. Because I couldn't play for a club because you have to pay to play for a club. So
Mm-hmm.
I just got the ball, man. I just juggle, watch. Used to watch the World Cup a lot. Used to watch Brazil, Argentina, France. Thierry Henry, which is one of my favorite player. I used to watch what he does back in the day
Yeah.
and just repeat it over and over. You know, and since then I
Yeah.
just never stopped. And plus, they used to have the coolest commercial back in the day, like the Nike commercial. With all.
Yeah.
And oh man, I used to look at those tricks. I'm like, man, I'm gonna try to do those with Ronaldinho. I'm like,
Yeah.
man, I need to do those moves. So I just pick up the ball, but I just add it every time. Uh, it's crazy because multiple players can teach you everything. Like Thierry Henry teach me like elegance,
Mm-hmm.
speed of play, finishing. Zidane touch me, yo. When your first touch is good, nobody's gonna take that ball away from you. You know,
Yeah.
Ronaldinho.
Yeah.
Ronaldinho and Rivaldo was like the showcase guy, kind of like, doing kind of tricks, tight spaces and stuff like that. So I learned a lot from those guys, you know.
Yeah. And you were just playing at like I mean at this time were you playing in your high school? Were you playing? You said you weren't playing for a
I
club
didn't,
team. So were you just playing on your own?
yeah, I was playing on my own, but I never had a coach. My first coach, I was like 16 years old in America.
Wow.
That was my first coach. Everything that I've learned was instinct from watching it, repeating it over and over and over and over. And plus, keep in mind, in Haiti, you don't have Wi-Fi like that. So if you see a move, you better memorize that move to keep doing it. It's not like you can go back and pause it to see like the tutorial. Like nowadays, you can go to YouTube.
Yeah.
It's not like that. You see it, memorize it over and over. If you want to put a twist to it, you put a twist to it. It's different. Man, I miss those
Yeah.
days, man.
So when did you finally move to America? When did you was it your whole family that moved
Yeah,
or
my entire family wanted to move for a
how
better
did it go?
opportunity. Yeah, they just wanna, so they moved to when I was 16. Actually, this crazy thing about this. Before I left, I tried out for the U16 Haitian national team,
Mm-hmm.
and I left. I tried out for like maybe like 2 or 3 days. The last third day was like to give information. I think I didn't give my email because at that time, I wasn't really good with internet and stuff. So I think I give my friend's cell phone number or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I left. When I left, I just left. I didn't take any bag. I just left. And talking to him, maybe 6, 7 years ago. Apparently, he said that I made the team. you know, but he tried.
Wow.
He's trying to contact me, but he couldn't. You know. But when we
Yeah.
got in contact,
Yeah.
he said, "Oh, you made the team." I never get the chance to tell you that. I'm like, man, now I had to go back. I was like, man, that's crazy. But you
Yeah.
know, things will happen. God's willing. You just have to have faith.
Yeah. So you were 16. You arrive in the United States and you start going to school and you play in school or where were you playing at the time?
So when I got here, I went to. I was in New York. Went to
Mm-hmm.
school in Springfield High School. It was a tough
Mm-hmm.
environment. Decided to go play for the soccer team. Played, but didn't really play because nobody showed up. So it was only me, a couple guys, and the coach. So I decided to
Mm-hmm.
move to Connecticut my sophomore year. So I lost that year
Mm-hmm.
because one, I didn't speak English. Two, I didn't have any friends. And third, I was new in the environment. So
Yeah.
my aunt decided to, my mom decided to drop me off in the Boys and Girls Club, which is like a sport and recreational environment, to make.
Yeah.
So I made friends that summer, and after that, I was like, man, it's gonna be my junior year. I speak a little bit of English, like I understand a little bit. So let me try this out. Got my cleats, yeah. Went to the training ground, read my name and my email because I think my first email was Hotmail. I put my email, my phone number, and my name because I know the stuff. And I put my
Yeah.
clip,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I'm watching people body language and went to training. And I still remember this day. And this is gonna shock you. His name is Kurt Putnam, English guy. First day of training, he said, "Pick up the ball and dribble." That's it.
That's all he wanted you guys to do.
He just said, "Get the ball and dribble for like maybe like 2 or 3 minutes, not without dropping." In my head, my body just kind of went like, "Man, I've been doing this. This is gonna be life."
You mean juggle the ball? Like all you have
Juggle
to
the
do was
ball,
juggle the
like
ball
pick
for
up,
2 or 3 minutes.
juggle the ball, keep the ball for like 2 or 3 minutes. I'm like, man, I'm
Ah,
doing
okay.
this.
Yeah,
My body just went to like
yeah, yeah,
happy mode. I'm like, man, I've been doing this. This is light. I'm not. This is all joke aside. I kept the ball, and I wasn't looking at. In my head, there was nobody around me. In
yeah,
my head, there was like only me in the field, and there was a lot of people trying. I was like maybe 30 people. I kept the ball
yeah,
for like at least like 7 to 8 minutes, and I
yeah,
and I heard stop,
yeah.
and I was like, in my head, I'm like, okay, I put the ball down, and everybody was staring at me. I was, when you're in a happy, bro, when you're in a happy mode, and like nothing matters, But I was
Yeah,
the ball, and all I could hear was stop, and I stopped, and I put the ball down, and everybody was looking at me, and I
yeah.
made varsity that day.
So how was the adapting process? Like you came to America, you didn't even speak English. That's the crazy part is that
Yeah,
man, your life has been a roller coaster, man. I swear. So
it's really have been.
how was that whole adapting process for you? Do you even remember it, or was it just like
I
how
still
was it for you?
now. I see, that's the thing that made me keep going, bro. It's like uh, sometimes when you're in the moment and you realize you're doing so well, it's a good time for you to take a breather to look back and be like, man, I came from nothing and now I'm doing something. So
Yeah,
now you like you can't get comfortable when your mindset is like that. You can't get comfortable. You have to be. You know what? I came from nothing. Now I'm something. There's more. You have to
yeah,
keep competing, keep getting more. Like you said, my life been a roller coaster. You know this too because you play with me. Like
yeah.
it's crazy. It's just like sometimes you just have to take the risk and you just have to go for it.
So you make the high school team that time, right? This is your junior year. So
Yeah,
this
junior.
is your third year of high school.
Yeah.
Okay, and how does that go for you? How does that year go and the
Oh
following
man,
year? How did
that year was tough because one, think about it, a random guy from nowhere showed up for a spotting position.
hmm
So things wasn't going really well. Like guys were tackling me. Um, if I get up to the bench, they'll get up. I'll be sitting by myself. You know, I'll go do my homework. Sometimes they say training is like 4:30, but training start at 4:15. You know,
mm
um, and after that you be in training. They don't pass you the ball as much. You gotta keep running. You know, but all
Yeah,
of those things for me was didn't affect me. The reason why it didn't affect me because I wasn't competing with nobody. I was competing with myself.
mm
So those things never really bugged me. You know.
yeah. And why were they doing this? Is this because they were not accustomed to you being on the team? Did they not like you? What was the
They
issue?
didn't like me. I was the new guy. Uh, they've been working really hard to be a junior, to be a starting. I came from nowhere. I took somebody's spot, respectfully. Uh, I didn't speak any word of English, so they can't really communicate with me and trying to get on my nerve, or. I
Yeah,
was quiet, I was quiet. I was like
yeah,
watching people's body language. I was watching defenders. I was always, you know, but my attitude, they thought I was being arrogant, but I wasn't. I was learning
yeah,
because I had no option, other than and watching people's name and number and movement. So when I play, so I can help them out. So
yeah,
when they do all those little shitty things, like team bonding, I wasn't even involved. I was asking the coach question and translating French to English to know the game better. Um, I stay after after training. I will stay after to do some
mhm,
shooting, to do the drill that they were doing. So next time so they're doing it, so I can do it a lot quicker, a lot better. Um, yeah, I wasn't even really involved. I mean, I didn't drive a cool car. I mean, I took the bus. Still this day, I still memorize the bus schedule to take the bus back and forth. You know,
yeah, yeah.
it's
And at
like
this
I
time,
was like,
your plan was like, I want to play professional football. That is my plan. Okay.
yeah. So there was like no distraction. I mean, still hang out with friends. Still talk to girls. It's just like for me was different. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like I always
yeah,
saw, like I came from nothing. Let's keep working hard. Like I don't see what's gonna happen, but I know something good gonna come out of this. So let's just put in the work.
yeah,
So I just put in the work,
yeah.
and I killed it my junior year. My senior year, I killed it again, and I was actually the number. I passed somebody. I beat somebody's record for goals, and somebody just passed me a couple years ago for the entire
Wow.
year. Like mine was like 33 or 32, and somebody had like 35 and 34. And that person messaged me, he's like, Kenny, in your face. And I'm like, hey, I'm glad you I'm glad you're competing.
So you score a lot of goals, right?
Yeah, you
How come you were not playing in the because in the US, I mean, I don't know if it was like that at the time, but they used to have like the academies and then they had the high school teams and
oh no, I did play for a club. I played for a
okay.
club named JBS FC. I don't know if he's still around, but I had the most passionate, crazy coach you could ever think of.
Mm,
And this guy, his name is Jonathan Linger. Oh my God. If you think
mm,
you come to the club, you see, and that's one thing that helped me too. His mindset and his ability
mm.
to like teach us so many things that he's learned. The club was just family.
Okay.
Everybody know. Still this day, we all know each other.
Wow.
We ate together. We went to training together. After training, we train again, and we all help each other to take for a ride. So somebody would pick me up in the train station. Somebody would drop me off there. Somebody come drop me off at training. And when I get the change, I'll do the same thing. Go back and forth.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
we used to play for that club, and we used to travel to Virginia, Texas, California. We even went to Europe too to play, and we used to kill it in every tournament. But so many trophies, first place, second place. Some of them, I put them in a box. It's a lot of
Yeah.
trophies. A lot of
So
trophies.
so how was how was the club experience for you? Were you as successful as you were in school,
Oh yeah, it was
playing
just a
the thing?
success. But I had more friends, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because that's one thing. The club team was diverse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We had Brazilian, Portuguese, Jamaican, even people from Congo, people from Ghana. Uh, We had American as well,
Mhm.
Italian, and I was Haitian, and even the coach was Jewish.
So
So
you guys
everybody
from
was from a different place, and it was so experience kind of bring us together, and that positivity that I had with my club, I try to bring it to my high school, but it was a little different because when you're the only one that's from a different country, and you get to know a couple of people, that's when things started to click. You know,
So you play for your club, you play for your high school. Let's go like to your final year of high school. Was the plan like I want to, get into a college, or I want to play Division 1? I want to play. What? How did that all happen for you?
man, that's the part you're gonna go crazy for this part. So I had no plan.
Well,
No plan. I'm that swear you not, I have no plan. In my head, I always said I wanted to go. I wanted to play for a D1. I wanted to play for a D2. I wanted to get an education. I wanted to do this. I wanted to do that. I never wrote it down. But
mhm.
I said I'm gonna work towards it, but something good gonna happen. I don't know when it's gonna happen. So after I don't think you never knew this too. After I graduated high school, I went to a prep school.
Oh, okay,
So for the prep school, I was taking kind of like college courses, but it was a PG year.
okay. A
So
postgrad year.
but it was still high school, you know, called
Yeah,
postgraduate year. So I went
yeah.
to a school called Kent School, and I graduated there. And after that, I went to college. So I have two high school diploma. Can you hear me?
Damn. Yeah. You can
Yeah, I
hear
have
me?
high school diploma.
That's crazy.
If
And so when you were playing when you were playing at the prep school, you were still playing at your club, right?
Yeah, I still play on my club, but my club, everybody, it was kind of hard because I was like 2 or 3 hours away.
Mm.
So I stopped playing for them, and a lot of people went to over to play, went to college as well.
Oh yeah.
So
Okay.
actually,
So
you're gonna freak out after this. So you remember Rio Grande University?
yeah,
I
yeah.
went there.
Jeez, I didn't even know that.
I went there for one semester. It was me, one of my close friends
Wow.
I still play with, and I know his name is Mac Defont. Me and him went there for one semester. The coach knows me. All the players, British guys you
Mhm.
play with, the field that you play with, I used to play there.
Damn. I feel like I remember you mentioning this, but then I think I didn't picture it in my head. In my head, you just went to what was it? SNHU,
Yeah,
Southern New
SNHU. But
Hampshire.
after Rio Grande, I transferred to go to SNHU. But the same field you
So
play,
you finished prep school. At this point, like,
I was at
what
this point
happens? Like, what?
multiple offered. I had to go. I like UMass Hammers, Boston College,
Mhm.
Villanova, uh, URI, University of Rhode Island, uh, Fairfield.
And
Uh,
those are big programs. How come you
yeah.
didn't decide, let
So
me go to some of these programs?
all those schools like was a good opportunity. Some of them was like I had to sit down for 1 year because of my
Mm,
ACT and stuff like that. And because plus I was a freshman, they don't want to create a drama, which I totally understand because when I was at Rio, when I was a freshman, when I started and scoring goals and getting assists, people didn't really, take it really well. So I decided to give myself a challenge. I'm like, like people are so scared to take the the hard road. They
mhm.
want to get a school, they get full ride. The coach like them, they feel comfortable. I'm like, you know what? Let me just test myself.
Yeah.
Like there's like why not? So I decided to went to NAIA. I'm like, let me just go for one semester, see how things go, thing doesn't go well, God got me. I'm gonna go to another school that that's gonna really I'm gonna really take over. So I went to
Yeah.
and the coach didn't like me, but he had to play me because of my talent. I was respectful. I was disciplined. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So he played me, scored a couple goals. We lost against Lindsey Wilson, and semi-final. We went to the tournament, NAI tournament.
Wow.
Yeah, we went
Wow.
to is it Alabama? We went to Alabama or something. Yeah, we
This
traveled.
this is like 2011, right? 2012.
That was 11. Yeah, that 11 or 12. Yeah, yeah. To maybe 11. 11. Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah. I went
Okay.
there
So
to that
you
team
played
there.
there.
I played there. Yeah, you
Yeah.
even Google if you Google my name and put up the name, you see.
I think I remember him talking about you, and I remember Mike Dufont. I remember you telling me the story, but in my mind, I wasn't connecting the dots.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but
I was.
you said
I live in.
good
I
season.
probably live in the same dome that you used to live in. Live the dome next to the dining hall.
I don't even know if they're named this. Do I even remember the names?
Yeah, I don't remember the names, but it was right in front of right next to the dining hall. As soon as you get from the dining hall, it's right there.
So you have a good season, right?
Yeah,
At
I had a great
ORU.
team. I mean, I wanted to stay, but the coach, was just like a lot of people actually left as well that graduated. He had to recruit a bunch of players that he didn't really sure and stuff like that. And I was like, you know what? And that's the Southern New Hampshire University. They contacted me, and I was like, you know what? That sounds like a good opportunity, another test. Like another opportunity to get better. So why not? So I was like, you know what? Let me transfer.
Wait, say that again. It broke up a little bit. You said what was
After the season was done for on the fall, uh, another college contacted me that was on my list, but they were D2. They were scared to contact me because they didn't think I wanted to go to D2. I'm like, I don't care. Opportunity is an opportunity. The assistant coach contacted me. I spoke with them on the phone, and I was like, this seems like a good opportunity. Let me do the transfer papers, and let me come for a visit, train and see how the environment is. And I decided to, you know what? I went there and I was like, it's gonna be a hard opportunity, and I took it. And after the first or two
mm,
days, they were like, "You didn't give it like a week." I'm like, "No, I don't need. It seems like a challenge. It's let me
yeah.
just challenge. You know,
And this was SNHU, right?
and,
How
and
do you
it's
call you
it's
SNU?
a
That's what you
Southern
guys,
New Hampshire University.
but you call it SNU.
Yeah, call it Snow to make it easier. Yeah,
Ah, okay.
yeah,
So you go there, and this is now your second year of university, right?
yeah. And keep in mind when I transfer, you can't play for one semester. So I couldn't. I could have trained with the team, but I couldn't play uh, games until the fall season.
So the whole spring you don't play games, but you train.
Yeah, I train with the team. I did the drill. When they have games, I'll go, but I don't play. But
Right,
what
but
I
you still
did was
manage to play. Oh,
yeah, but what I did was I didn't get comfortable. I kept training. I trained more than the team was training. You
mm-hmm.
know? I I did the beep test, the yo-yo test on my own, you know, and I kept doing it and over and over. So when my time come, I'm ready.
Yeah,
So and I didn't play like So all I knew was like I knew how everybody moved, but I really played with them like in the game. So like when I get to play in the game, I was ready.
yeah.
Man, I was
So you go, you went back in the fall, and how was This is now your first season with Snoop. How was that whole experience?
the whole experience was a little different. I never because when I was in NAIA, I live in a dorm. when I went to
Yeah.
SNU, I live in a house.
Mm.
So I live with baseball players. I didn't even live with soccer players. My first year, I lived with baseball players.
You didn't
Yeah.
even stay with the team.
No, I didn't even stay with the team. I stayed with baseball players. I learned a lot about baseball, make a lot of baseball friends. Went to watch their games. They come to watch my game. There a lot of people on the stand when they come though. Uh, and after that, uh, the head coach didn't like me at all, but the assistant coach loved me.
Mm.
So I was right in the middle. The head coach wanted to get to know me, which he did, but he couldn't figure me out.
Mhm.
Like like for example, there's players that you can control, and there's players you can't. He was one of those players he couldn't control, not because I was disobedient, you know, because of he couldn't understand my skill set.
Okay.
So that's a lot of players. A lot of players goes to this thing. They think just because the coach said you're a terrible player, you're a terrible player. You're not. It's just the
Mm.
coach doesn't get you.
Yeah.
You know, the coach
Yeah.
doesn't understand your skills.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't
I've
see the potential that you see it for yourself.
yeah, I've seen a lot of people be affected by that because they'll go to one place and a coach will just not like them at all, and, and tell them, well, you have a poor first touch, or you have a whatever the coach
Yeah,
may make up, and they start to believe it. They start to believe that they're not as good as they are.
you're breaking out a bit.
The coach actually believes. Sorry about that.
Oh,
Um, they go to a coach. Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, they go to a coach and the coach doesn't like them for any reason. He tells them, you're not a good player. He tells them whatever the coach tells them, and they start to believe that. And then they go somewhere else, and the situation is completely different. They have a coach that believes in them, and suddenly they look like a different player. But they really didn't change. Their talent didn't change that much. It's
Sure.
just the mentality that they were given.
Yeah, sure, I agree.
And
And that's
the
one thing
Lord.
you have to understand. I mean, I played for a college coach, that head coach that didn't even like me that much. But guess what? I still put in the work. He still played me. You know, I was still able to use my talent. You just have to go to express it. So I was like, you know what? He doesn't get me. Let me show him.
Yeah,
Because it's easy
yeah,
to talk to a coach and tell the coach what you can do. But
yeah.
and so what I did was my sophomore year, every training, uh, what I would do is I was never a guy that lift, which I knew.
Mhm,
But that's one thing players have to understand. You have to know your weakness. I was never a guy that would go to the gym and lift. I knew that.
mhm,
I said in my head, I need to change that.
mhm,
So I changed it.
mhm,
I went lifting. I did cord, running, treadmill, stretching. You know, I would do that before training, before I have my actual training.
mhm.
And when I get to my actual training, uh, I would even be sharper because I already stretched already.
Yeah.
I'm sharp already. So I'll go, matter I'm in the training, I'm dribbling people 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm still running. They're like, man, Kenny just stretched like 10 minutes ago. How is he moving so quick?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, like I just stretched, man. I'm still trying to get loose, you know?
yeah.
So like that's what I did. And I used to score a bunch of goals in training. I used to every day I would write down. If I score 4 goals today, I want to score 5 the next day. If I score 5, I want to score 6. You know, if I
Yeah.
score higher, I want to score the same or close to it. But
Mhm.
I wasn't competing with nobody. I wasn't competing with the next striker. I was competing with
Yeah,
myself.
yeah.
I was like, I was having fun. Even
So how did that season go for you?
the season went well. I played a couple games, score a couple goals. Uh, every time there's like, it's crazy because every time the team was uh, in danger to lose, the coach looked at me and I start warming up and he put me in
Hmm.
and I go change the game. I'll score 2 goals, 2-1. I'll score a game winning goal, 1-0.
Yeah.
Because the system that he was playing, it's not because I wasn't used to the system. I respect his system, but when you're in the field, you have to be able to adapt
Yeah.
and like be unpredictable. And that's what I did.
Mm.
While the player think I'm gonna make a long run, I fake and I check short and I took a shot.
Yeah.
Because they know 4-4-2, the one guy gonna check, the other guy's gonna run. Not
Yeah.
really. you know, you know, I mean, you can mix it up a little bit. You can be like, you know what? The other strikers check. I'm gonna pretend to run. I'm gonna take that space from the center back, and I'm gonna check again and receive it on my
Yeah.
feet and go at that one center back and take a shot and score a goal. You mix it up a little bit. You be unpredictable, and that's what I did. Well, my sophomore year, we lost in uh, I think quarterfinal before we get to the final four.
Of the national championship.
Yeah, and NCAA championship. Yeah, and I think
Yeah.
it's a school that beat us was a school in Florida that I wanted to beat really, really bad.
Is it Barry?
Yeah, it's not Barry. It's a D2, but they recruit a lot of English players and Swedish players. I can't even think of the name. I know it's in Florida, and they always go
Was
to
it
the.
Lynn?
It wasn't Land. It wasn't an NCAA. It's with NAIA. It was a D2 school. Oh, actually, it was Lynn. Lynn, you're right.
It was Lynn.
Lynn.
Yeah.
Oh, still this day, when I beat those guys, I cried.
Yeah.
I cried, and I hope you can listen to this. Man, they beat me my sophomore year. The guy scored. Was a left-footed guy, came from nowhere on the box, take a beautiful touch and finished last minute. And I said my
Oh man.
sophomore year, and I was like, you know what? That moment is stay in my head. I cried, and I was like, you know what? I'm never letting this happen ever again. When we played them uh, in the spring for fun,
Hmm.
I played striker, midfield, center back. I don't care. I was all over the field. Anybody that touched the ball, I was after them. And that was imagine this. That wasn't even a game that didn't count towards the season. That was a preseason game.
Yeah.
When we beat them, I was like, man, I cried again. And after that, when the real season come, oh boy, don't get me started. It was my birthday, September 27. We played them. Man, I went crazy.
So you finished your sophomore year. You said you played a few games. You got like your rhythm. You scored a few goals. So now when you came back as a junior, you're expecting, okay, I want to start, right? I want to
Oh
start all
no,
the
I didn't
games.
even
I want
expect to start. I didn't even expect to start at all. I even
really.
told the coach, actually the coach at a meeting and said, yeah, it's gonna be your junior year. I'm like, yeah, I know what you're gonna say. Respectfully, I want my spot to be earned. I don't want to give it to me because I'm a junior. And
Hmm.
that's when the
Hmm.
coach people like realized like, wow, Kenny's here for the long term. He's not here just to start.
Yeah.
And that year, we won a national championship.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy because the people that was playing striker with me, they were sophomore. So think about that. Imagine a
Yeah.
sophomore starting over you, but you're a junior, but you're willing to put your ego on the side and put the team first.
Yeah.
And me
So
and that,
you You did it. How? I mean, how well did you play in that season? The season that you guys won the
I
national
killed it.
championship.
I killed it.
Yeah.
I scored a bunch
So
of goals. I had
you
a
were
lot of
starting.
assists.
You were
Huh?
you were starting. You were now a starter. You were main like.
I was in the
You,
bench. I was in the bench. I was in the
okay.
bench. Sometime I start, sometime I didn't start, and it didn't affect me. Me and the
Mm,
guy that was playing, he was a sophomore. He's from Poland. His name is Sebastian Suzuki. Me and him was friends like this. Never had a problem with him.
yeah. Yeah. That's a beautiful thing. The fact that you could put aside your ego just to to help the team.
Yo,
Uh,
it's sometimes you just have to do it. But I had a blast. I went for the yo-yo test, killed it. Beep test, killed it. We did the 2 mile run, killed it. We did the shooting PK competition, killed it. Training, killed it.
yeah.
But did I want the coach to just give it to me because I was a junior? I was like, no, give it to me because I earn it. So sometime I will start, sometime I won't, and I'll still be ready no matter what. And I was still training. I was still training on the side. I was still going at it. I was going to class, still training, learning new stuff, pushing myself, pushing myself. But actually, the crazy thing, before we won the national championship, I wrote it down. I didn't thought we were gonna win it my junior year. I know by the time I graduated college, I'm gonna win a national championship, and I did it in my junior year.
Wow. That's such a rare thing because I mean, out of how many guys play college soccer, like how many teams aspire to just to make the national tournament, you
Yeah, it's
know,
true.
and if you think of how many people from everybody who plays college soccer in a 4 year span, how many actually win a national championship? It's like so few.
It's not that many.
Yeah,
It
it's
is.
very few. So the fact that you managed to do that with your team, that must have been like that. I mean, that's the highlight of anybody's career.
Yo, it was the highlight. It crazy. The crazy thing though, I when I won that day, I cried and I called my family and let them know, that we won. Yeah, the next day I was at the gym, bro. Can, can you hear me?
So I think I lost you a little bit. You saying
Yeah,
after
I
you
said
called
after
family and
after I won the national championship, and I cried. I took a picture, enjoyed the night. We had dinner with the president of the school. Uh, Made a speech, the coach, pictures and stuff. The next day, bro, I went to the gym. I don't know what got into me. I was like, man, like really, I'm like, if this is it, there's more, you know. So I went to the
yeah,
and I kept doing the same thing I was doing.
yeah,
Yeah, I was like, and my friend was like, man, don't you want to take a break? Nah, man, let's not get too comfortable.
yeah.
Like I did enjoy it for a
So
day, but I went to the gym the next day.
so okay. I want to move beyond your college career. So tell me how your last year was. Was it as
Oh man, my
successful?
last year was, man. I don't know who was watching me. A guy that was playing next on my side. Man, I would get on that field and touch the pitch and just look left and right and usually jump high knees and just go play. I killed it. I like maybe like 17 goals and like 12 assists. And I had a Spanish guy named Cito that I was playing next to. Me and him, we competed and we become close friends. And still now, we still friends. He's playing in Iceland now. Uh, every time he scored 2 goals, he was like, Kenny, I got two. How many you got? I'm like, I got three. He's like, oh, I got one. How many you got? I got zero. But we competing. Me and him together, it was half of the season, and we already had like 20 goals together.
Wow,
And after
wow.
that, he got injured. He got injured, and I kept pushing, you know, and I scored more goals and stuff like that. And we lost on the quarterfinal in PKs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and till this day, when we lost, I look at the field, and I left from the locker room. I took a shower, and I sat down and let the tears down. And I'm like, you know what? It's not over. There's still more work to do. And I was a
Yeah.
senior. I was done. You know?
Yeah. But I mean, you were imagining, okay, I want to go and play beyond, right? You want to play professionally, right?
Yeah, I want to play professionally. So one of those things was like, if I could win the national championship again, you know, I would get a letter to go to the combine.
Yeah.
But when I lost that game, even though I killed it, in the top division too, I scored a lot of goals and assists. I was like, man, if I didn't make it to the final, that's I won't get the chance. And I was like, you know what, Kenny, that's not you. Let's just take that negativity. Let's just put it in the trash. Let's keep working. You know, I didn't
Yeah.
get I mean I didn't get through the combine. I kept working. I kept doing my tests, and I was eating at the cafeteria, and I got an email
Uh-huh.
from MLS Toronto FC.
Mm-hmm.
Emailed me and asked me to come for a trial for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So let that sink in. I didn't go to the combine.
Yeah.
You know, I did.
Yeah.
I did not
That's
go to
that's
the combine.
that's a big opportunity. I mean, I think people underestimate how hard it is to make the transition, no matter how good you are playing in college, to make it to the professional level. It's really competitive,
It
because
is.
it narrows down. You go from like 200 college teams, or in fact, if you include Division One and Division Two, it's almost like 400 college teams. You
Yeah.
go from that number of college teams to however 18, but you go, it's crazy.
It is. And people don't
Yeah,
understand that. To be honest, they think it's
yeah.
like. Hmm?
So you go to Toronto, and what happens there?
So I got the email. I went to Toronto for 2 weeks. They loved. As soon as I set to Toronto, I don't remember touching the ball on like maybe like the third day. I did so many fitness tests. It was crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
I did so many fitness tests, that I know I was fit, and in my head I'm like, Kenny, don't you dare puke at the field. I went to take a shower, cold shower, I puked. I, I wait for
yeah,
everybody to leave the room, uh, take a shower, got two ice. You know how it is to put two ice in my knees, take
yeah,
a
yeah,
shower. I let it out. I was like, let it out. It's not because I wasn't fit. I was fit. I was running really fast. I
yeah,
wasn't last on the thing, and I was like second or third. But sometimes I'll
yeah,
be. But man, you're competing against a guy that's been playing the game for 10 years.
yeah,
So I was like, you know what? Let's go beast mode. So I went to beast mode. I'm like, you know what? They've been playing it for 10 years, but they haven't seen a different thing. So let me just bring something different to the table.
yeah,
So get the ball, instead of passing it right away, what I did was, and I was lifting. So I using my physicality. So I was pushing people
mhm,
around, and I'll take shots from nowhere and score goals. And they'd be like, "Oh wow, okay, this is different."
yeah.
And keep in mind, I was playing against George Altidore, Gio Venko, Bradley.
Yeah, it's big time now. Yeah,
Those are those guys I was playing against.
yeah,
So like I'm talking about guys that's making like money. They've been in the league for like Giovinco played for the Italian national team. Josie Altidore played for the U.S. national team. Bradley played for the national team. This Canadian guy
Yeah.
that played there too. So after 2 weeks, I went to the office, kind of nervous. I was like, what's gonna happen? I was like, you know what? Whatever happens. They said, oh yeah, we love what we saw. We want to keep you for preseason. And I
Mhm.
said, wait, you guys know I'm still in school, right? They're like, yeah, we know, but we're gonna keep you for preseason, and we're gonna go to Canada to Florida. And we actually, you remember when we played in the same team at the PDL team, uh, IMG Academy?
Yeah.
That's where we went from Canada to IMG Academy to have the preseason.
Mhm.
So they kept me there for like another 2 weeks, and after those 2 weeks, they kept me there for another 2 weeks. So that's a month and a half.
Yeah.
That they keep the third week. Um, I didn't want to pressure them, but I had to make a decision. Am I gonna be the guy that's gonna drop out of school for soccer, or have an education just in case? So I tell them, and they said, you know what, you have to go back to school. Uh, we're not gonna assign you. You should go back to school, finish, and get your degree, and keep in touch.
Yeah.
So it hurts because I
Yeah.
cried, called my family. I went back to school and finished my degree, and after that, uh, I went to work. I was working. Yeah, I was.
So you stopped playing.
Yeah, I
Or
stopped. I stopped playing, but I stopped playing, and you're gonna love this. I stopped playing, but I kept training.
yeah. Yeah.
I never
That's what I
stopped
do.
training.
Yeah.
So and
When you finished, were you thinking like, okay, let me contact Toronto FC again? Maybe they'll give me,
uh,
another opportunity.
I emailed the coach. I still now have contact with him. I emailed the coach, and after that, the coach told me something. Oh, yeah, we have. At that time, keep in mind those top two players are getting money. So they said, oh, you know what? We just signed Jose Altidore and give
Yeah.
him this. Giovinco is getting a lot of money. We signed somebody from the academy already. That you know that's making money. So we think it's best. We gonna help you out, find another opportunity. But meanwhile, we're gonna go to a different direction. And I emailed them back and said, thank you very much for the opportunity. I was blessed to train with you guys and stuff like that. I mean, I learned a lot, you know. And I
Yeah.
uh, went back to school. And after that, where did I go? I think I went to City Islander, which is like a USL team. Went there for 2 or 3 days, and the coach wanted to sign me, but he said that he doesn't have enough money. So I went back to Connecticut, and I started working at a hotel business, making money. I kept training, and that's the day you met me actually, because that's when I decided to left and go play PDL.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
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 I was like, you know what? Book a ticket, pay 3 months cell phone bill. Let's make this happen. People say, yo, Kenny, you crazy. What are you doing? You're making good money. You're working, Like, listen, when we die, I'm going on the dirt. That money gonna be an account that I don't know what's gonna do with it. You can have to take your
Yeah.
dream where you can, take the risk. So I took the risk
Of course.
and I went to play for the year for 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I want to get to the point where you finish we finished the PDL season, and then, most of us went back to our college teams. You didn't have a college team to go back to. So,
Yeah,
what did you start doing?
I went back to work. I went to
So
work.
you're working, you're still training though.
Yeah, I'm still training. And guess what? Went back to the same job. So that year, I made my highlight from that season. Because I had a good season.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
and after that, I send my CV to the Louisville City Coach, which is a USL team. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and I booked a flight before the answer, and I went to Kentucky.
You're crazy, man.
I know it's crazy, right? I went there for a 4-day close tryout, killed it. They asked me a bunch of they interviewed me, read a paper about me, and after that, I was supposed to go home. I was like, you know what? I'm not going home. I'm gonna stay here. And I went to IMG Academy again
Mm-hmm.
for preseason. And I'm like, oh, this is a
With
family
them,
like
with Louisville City.
yeah, Louisville City. So I went to the same field that I trained for Toronto to have the
Yeah.
preseason. And I'm like, listen, I've been to this field 3 times. So trust me, I know this spot. This is
Yeah.
nothing to me. Man, I killed it.
Yeah.
And after that, the last day, they make it so dramatic. The coach sat down and they had like sad face on. I walked into the apartment and they like you could tell the vibe was negative, but they were just trying to mess with me. Uh,
Yeah.
and they were like, "Man, you did so well," you know. I'm like, "Oh, the way they're gonna start, I'm like, this is not gonna be good." I mean, you did so well, everything was so good, Kenny. You know, you come back with the team so respectful. You come from nothing, you made something out of yourself. Everything you do so good. And in my head, I'm like, man, the ending is not gonna look good. And still
Yeah.
this day, I'm gonna tell you this right now.
Yeah.
When they told me that they wanted me to sign, I didn't hear anything of that. I walked out that room. I still didn't know I got signed until I signed the paper. I was,
So you didn't even know. You
I
were
was
like, oh, they let me go.
no in my head. When I left that room, they said it, but all I could think of is all the struggling that I was doing in Haiti, all the juggling, all the running I was doing. So when they said it, I heard it, but it didn't sink in. So when I left the room, I shook the hands. They in their head when I signed the paper, one of the coach said, "You didn't look very happy when you signed. We told you what we wanted you to sign." And I said, "Wait, when you guys told me that, I blacked out. I didn't hear nothing." and, and I walked out
Yeah.
the hands and I said, "Thank you." And I even said, "Thank you for the opportunity." I walked out, went to my room. I cool. And when things sank in is when I got the email for the contract and I signed it. And that's when I called my parents and I said, "Hey, I got signed."
Wow. Wow, man. Um, that's a crazy story.
And
So
and
how
when we played PDL, we were training twice a day in the heat.
yeah,
And I
yeah.
was doing the
It
Ramadan.
was it
I was doing the Ramadan with you guys, and I was not even Muslim, and I was still going to training.
was
Bro,
it was crazy. The stuff we did, man, was inhumane, man. That season was really crazy, but it was really good.
you see,
It was
so
really good.
man, that
Yeah,
Ramadan thing did help me though. I'm not gonna, inshallah, not eating and go training for twice a day and not drink water. That made me that's
yeah,
a different
yeah,
level.
yeah.
Little,
So let me ask you, right? So we've kind of come full circle. You finished you have the season at Louisville City. You're playing professionally, and then I guess from there now you moved, to get another opportunity. You ended up in the Czech Republic. So we've come full circle, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So let me ask you, what do you feel was different about you that maybe many players who are aspiring to play don't have that mindset, or they don't have that the same ability, or what do you think was different about you? Because you came from, not even having a coach until 16, coming from Haiti, not even speaking English.
Yeah.
And you make it to that level. What do you think is different about you, or was different about you?
For me, it would be I wasn't saying it wasn't the talent, it wasn't the skills, ability to adapt. It was fate. and friendship.
Mm.
Because think about it. If you do full circle, we played one season together. Look, we still kept contact.
That's true.
It's
That's
about
true.
fate and friendship. It wasn't my talent. It wasn't like, oh, I was skillful at scoring goals. Still this day I go back on it. I think it was fate and fate, friendship, and persistence. It was hard for me to give up.
Yeah.
Because so fate was like it's was like you keep working hard, but you don't know what's gonna come out of it. You know,
Yeah.
people
You
like
can't see it yet.
yeah, they wanna work hard on something and they know what's gonna happen at the end. I didn't,
Yeah.
and the friendship was like everywhere I go, like people looked at me as like, man, I'm going back to like for example, like I'm going back to college. This guy is playing. Why is he playing for?
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
if you think about it, like after the PL season, you went back to college and you had another season coming up. Me, I was just playing that season. I had no clue what's gonna happen out of it.
Yeah.
Friendship, I met a bunch of people. So if my name comes out there, they're oh Kenny, oh man, I play. He's a good player, great guy. I play with him.
Yeah.
My name was around, and persistent was like I wasn't willing to just give up. Even though I stopped playing the game, I kept training.
Yeah.
So when something comes up, I'm ready.
Yeah. You're still ready.
Yeah,
I think that's one thing I have to credit you for, because I mean, you haven't stopped. You haven't stopped ever since, even from the last game that we played together. You haven't stopped training. I don't. I mean, I see a lot of what you do online, and I'm like, man, this guy is still going. A lot of people. I'm sure you even know them. The guys who are like they played one season and then they were like, okay, football really isn't. They go into other things, or like
yeah.
they stop training, they get out of the rhythm.
That's
You
true.
have persistent, man, and the faith that you have, honestly, it's really inspiring, man. And I want to ask you one final question, because sorry, man, it's raining here, so sometimes the signal is not so good.
Right.
But yeah, I just want to credit you for that dedication and that faith, like you said, because it's evident. Like I can see it. A lot of people stop. And I want to ask you one final question, because we have to stop soon because of time. But if you were to give advice to somebody who is aspiring to play at the level that you're playing at, or that you've played at, what do you think you would tell a guy who's 14, 15, 16, who wants to play at a high level? What advice would you give them?
I would tell them, uh, keep training. You know, uh, use the negative comment more than the positive comment. Uh, you know,
Mm,
like kids nowadays, you can tell them, hey, you're a great listener. You have a crazy finishing. You're really a good listener, but you don't have a left foot. But when you say that to them, all they can hear is you don't have a left foot. Instead of saying, thank you, coach.
mm,
Thank you for giving me all those compliments, and take the negativity out of the compliment and work on it to make it better.
yeah,
So that's one thing I would tell them to do. Also, I would tell them to stop playing FIFA. Can you hear me?
yeah. You're back.
Yeah, I would tell them to stop playing FIFA, but actually play the game. Like they spend so much time in FIFA that when they go out there, they think, "Oh my God, I've done this move on the Xbox. How come I can't do it on the field?" But you haven't been training on the field to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You have
yeah,
training on the field to do it, so therefore you can't do it. I'm not saying like don't play FIFA at all. I'm just saying like spend more time in the field than actual the game.
yeah.
And one last thing that's big. Yeah, you have to pray. Whatever religions you have, you have to pray. You have to
Yeah.
be thankful. Yeah, you have to be like, yo, I'm doing this. I'm blessed. Let's keep working hard. Thank you, God, for another day. Like whatever the religion you're doing, you have to pray and be grateful for any opportunity you get.
Yeah, and have faith as well, right? Have faith to see something different. That things are gonna change for you. That you're gonna work hard. That that your life is gonna be better,
You
or
better.
that your career is gonna is
Yeah,
another
but
level.
you can't think of like, okay, I'm gonna work hard. I'm gonna go play for Chelsea FC or Arsenal or Barcelona. You can't think that way. You have to work hard, and you have to trust the process, and good things gonna come out the way.
Yeah,
And even me now, look, I'm 28. I'm still training. I'm still like I have people, like I still contact people, hey, I'm still learning, you know.
yeah,
Even though I know so much, but I'm still learning different techniques, little things that could actually make my game sharper and sharper and sharper every day, you know.
yeah,
So it's like, yeah, you can't stop learning. When you're a kid, if you think you're just gonna look at Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi, you're gonna try to compete with them. You just have to compete with yourself. Have faith. Keep training. That's
yeah,
those are the main three things. And pray, you know,
yeah.
and you'll be fine. Like
That's beautiful, man.
I'm telling
You have a crazy testimony, man.
you, it's crazy because
Yeah.
when I was in Europe, one of my my other friend that I play soccer with, his name is Oscar Omar. He went to Villanova University, graduated 4 years. Great players, attacking player. Um, he went to work after. He was working for IBM, making good money. And I was still playing, and I was still going at it. Uh, and he's still playing right now. It's his third season in the league right now for the USL. He told me a couple months ago, I'm the reason why he kept going.
Wow.
And I told him, how come you never tell me this? He's like, man, I was embarrassed. I didn't want you to feel like, like. And I was like, how come? Like, I was the one. He's like, Kenny, I'm not gonna lie to you. Every time I call you, you playing. Every time I check Instagram, you post a video. Every time, every time there's something wrong, a team drop you, or you find a different opportunity, you kept going. You just didn't care. And he said, you know what, that motivated me. You know what, if Kenny could do it, I could do it. And now he's playing in the league. His third season, and he just moving with his girlfriend. He's playing for St. Louis USL team.
Mm,
And he told me that. And he's like, maybe he's like 20, 26. Yeah. And he's old.
yeah.
So
Wow, man. You're inspiring more people than you know. Even people who don't play.
they don't play.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
just
didn't realize that
to
too. I
see
was
your
like, man,
constant dedication.
like it feels good. It feels good to know like people just like uh not want to give up because things gonna get hard no matter what. They think life gonna go straight line. It's not. It's gonna go. Man, my life. If I look at it, it's like worse than the stock market. It's like it's go up, down, zigzag. Like it's.
Yeah,
What I realize is like, you know what? All those little things is it's lesson that's gonna make you better, not bitter. Make you better in life. You're gonna keep pushing and keep working hard, no matter what. And that's why it was easy for me to coach because of my story and able to coach kids.
your story for giving.
Huh?
Yeah. Uh, Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing your story and giving us this testimony. Because I mean, you have a crazy story, man. You should actually write a book.
No, I'm actually
And I
in
know
the
you said
I'm in the process. I'm actually in the process
yeah.
doing it right now. Yeah.
You really should, man, because you've had a crazy career, and thank you for being a part of this,
Yeah.
and joining us here. This is bigger than football podcast. So from us here at True Talents of Africa, we just want to say thank you,
Anytime, man.
for being a part of.
Maybe, man, if I get the chance, I'll go out there and come visit and see the kids, talk to them. That'd be nice.
Yeah, because I mean, you have a really inspiring story. So thank you for this. We really appreciate it.
Man, come on, you family. Anything for you, man. You like family, man. We play. Everybody that I play soccer with, I consider them like family. Like that's the beauty of soccer. Like something happened, you can always reach out to anybody to help you out, connection, anything.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
any, anything. Just let me know if I could do anything else. If you want me to take a video too, like to send it to you to talk about certain thing, I could do that to
yeah.
make it for you. Yeah, let me know, man. But I'm definitely gonna put Kenya in my bucket list, man. I need to come. That'll be a
You
nice.
should, man.
That'll be a
You
nice trip.
really should.
That'll be
Yeah,
that.
you really,
Yeah, a nice trip for sure. I did
yeah.
do that after this when I'm done. I'm putting it on my bucket list because man, I've been everywhere.
You
Sheesh.
have. You really have. You really have. Thanks, Kenny. I really appreciate it, man.
All right, man. Appreciate you. You'll keep doing your thing. You'll let the kids know. And I know you have stories to tell them too. You let them know because the soccer life they think it is the way it is. It's not. It's bigger than what they think it is. So,
Yeah.
all
All
right,
right.
man. Good to see you. Stay safe. All right, and keep in touch, brother.
You too, man. You too.
All
You
right,
too. We'll stay in touch.
all right, bro.
Cheers.